Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
And welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I'm your host this week on the first Saturday, the 4th of July. And happy birthday, America, as we say. And for Larry's a little under the weather. You know, we talked about earlier, Larry has lost his voice, which is
he can't even whisper this
that's
morning.
right. No, I was going to lead up if he had come in, kind of a early segment of his hunting segments, but the man can't even whisper, so he's usually never lacking for words, but, when I talked to him early this morning coming in, it was like, who are you? And what do you... But our next guest for the show, and, we've had some unique guests over the years, but this one, I wanted to pay tribute to a young lady that works for TWRA that has put in a career that she is going to retire on us. Her last official day, I believe, is the 6th of July. And if you've ever had questions about Hunter Ed, and called into the regional office, you've probably talked to this young lady. And we've got Deborah Alexander. Deborah, you there with us this morning?
I'm here.
Hey, and we want to really thank you for joining us so early in the morning, especially on a holiday, 4th of July. But really, the state had their holiday yesterday and everything. But like I said, and I wish as I say on the radio, my other brother, Daryl, over at Gene Smith, could be here, but he had a prior family commitment, because I know over the years that you and Gene has worked closely together. Deborah is more or less the driving force. If you have a hunter education question in the, over the last few years or umpteen years, how many years do you have with the agency, Deborah?
I've got 33 years.
33 years. So
well, it was actually 33 years, June 18th.
June 18th, and but you got 40 years.
I do.
With the state of Tennessee.
I do. I worked 7 years for Human Services in Crockett County, and then transferred over here in August of '81.
Right, and I know talking with you the other day, you said that when you started work, it was like you got married on a Saturday.
I did.
And started work on a Monday.
I did. I sure did. It was a big change.
Now, when you started to work, was the regional office, was it on the bypass, or had they moved to the state office building?
No, they were in the process of moving then.
Okay.
So I didn't have the chance of working on the bypass, but I was there at the state office building, and when we moved in, when they moved in, we were on the second floor, and then years later they moved to the fourth floor.
Right, and then,
but I started out on the second floor there.
And like you said, that I know you started in '81, and of course I started in '83, so you were already, as we say, established. Coming in to the office there. And what is some of the biggest changes you've seen in the hunter education system over the years?
Well, when I started, we still, the cards, I typed the cards up then. When somebody lost a card, they called in, I typed it up and mailed it to them. But now I have to look it up, make sure it's in the system, and they can go anywhere and purchase a license, their duplicate Hunter Ed card for $7.
Right. Well, I believe as of July 1, I believe that went up, maybe.
I think that may stay the same, I think.
Okay. I want to say it's
but
$7
a lot
or
of
$8.
the licenses, are going up.
Right. So. And and I know one of the biggest changes that you've seen over the years when it came. I know you used to help out with the I&E duties a lot.
I did. That has come a long way.
Yeah, with Jed Pettit, one of my predecessors.
Right.
But I know that you had to tackle that weekly news release.
I did. Jed gave it to me written up, and I typed it up on a stencil, had to run it off on the mimeograph machine, 530 copies, and had to fold it, and then I had to use a dresser graph, which you wham 530 times, and that kind of caused me a little problem in my shoulder, but I got over that.
I know when I came on staff and into the information position, and we were still doing that, but kind of when I would hand you that, and I would listen to you up there just pounding that machine. It seemed like for hours up there, and then you had to staple them all,
right?
And then you had to put
postage
on them. So
yeah, I did.
But so I know that you didn't lament too much when we went to the digital age, more or less.
No, I sure didn't. And we still have that addressograph here to the day, and I think it would make a good weight for something.
Hey, you might want to take that with you when you leave.
Well,
kind of put it back,
to
mount it, and one of these days you might put it out on eBay or something. And
well, that's
it'd be
true.
Worth, but
I think it's got a state tag, so I guess it needs to stay here.
Well, we'll just have Larry make a couple calls. He can use his celebrity to get that sent home with you.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe he can do that.
Oh yeah, like I say, he knows people.
Yeah,
everything. But
well, that's good.
So, July the 6th, your last official day, right?
Right, it is.
Okay, so you will be in the office on July the 6th.
Yeah, and we've got some of my retirement cake and also Dave Rizzuto's, and we're going to all have cake Monday.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's right. We talked about Dave retiring. Dave Rizzuto, our Region 1 Fisheries manager. He's also, y'all going to skip out the door at the same time.
We're going to walk out the same day.
And, I know I don't want to be in front of the door at 4:30.
Yeah, if you pretty much know me, I'll leave here right at 4:30.
But and everything, but it's But I wanted to, me and Gene, when we talked about your retirement coming up, and like I said, I know Gene is sorry he couldn't be here today because I know he wanted to talk with you.
He's already called me and wished me well, and he's a good guy. He's helped us a lot out with Hunter Ed. He's taught a lot of kids. He's done a lot for a lot of people.
Okay. And talking Hunter Ed, and I know you get, phone calls every day,
Yeah, I sure do.
If to our listeners out there, if they call, talk about, if they're not in the system, what is the information they need to have for you?
Well, if they call, I'm going to need their full name, need the date of birth, and it helps if they can remember what year that they took it. Most of the time, if they're not in the new system, they'll be in the old system. And if they're not there, I have books in the basement that I have to go look up. Yeah. And I usually find them. Most of the time, I find them.
And but that's one of the things that I know you probably will not miss.
No, I won't. But I've already informed a lot of people around here how to do it, so they should be able to do it.
But I sure appreciate you taking time on this Saturday morning to talk to us, and it's kind of like people, they see people in the agency or whatever, but they never get to meet or hear what I call the people behind the scenes.
Right.
If it wasn't for people like you keeping this agency, going, in certain aspects of it, in different departments, it would be more confusing than what it is. And,
I agree with you.
But I know if Larry was here and Gene was here, they would want to wish you a very happy retirement. And I think it's a well-deserved. I've got a few years before, I might make it to 40 years with the state. I don't know.
Well, I've enjoyed working with a lot of good people, and I'm going to miss them.
And,
but it's time for Deborah to do what Deborah wants to do.
That's right.
After you work that many years.
And, so, okay, well, I don't know if I'll be in Monday, to see you walk out the door, but I want to wish you a happy retirement.
Well, thank you, Dave, and we'll eat some cake for you.
Okay, you do that. You have a good day and happy 4th of July.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Deborah Alexander, one of our longtime, office personnel. I hate to kind of use the word office professional. I kind of hate to use the word secretary.
Yeah, I don't like that word either.
We're going in there and she's one of the, and Deborah's going to be hard to replace. Like I said, 40 years with the state, but 34 with TWRA, and she has seen, the changes and everything. And a lot of the changes in the hunter education system, and some of the things, we're talking about changes that went into effect July 1, and one of the things that came out of the legislature this year, we have what we call an apprentice license that people 10 years of age or older can buy if they have not completed hunter education. There's certain requirements that they can buy that along with the required license, and they can go hunting with somebody that has fulfilled all the requirements of hunter education. Well, the legislature this session, that was usually for 1 year. They have bumped that. Now you can buy that for 3 years, but it's got to be 3 consecutive years that you'll be exempt from hunter education requirements, where you can go. Yeah. And it's kind of a mentor type program that, hey, that you go hunting and maybe you like it and maybe you won't. And if you do, you can get yourself scheduled, for a hunter education class, and
opens the door for a lot of people.
It does. But but we want to wish Deborah all the best in her retirement. And I think I hear music again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that was the fastest segment in radio right there. So everybody get up, and if you want another cup of coffee, I know, get up and get you one. Come back for Outdoors with Larry Ray.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.